Hello, Patriots. We got a big week ahead of us. January 6th, Wednesday. Maga rallies at every state capital in the country. DC is going to be huge. I've seen people talking of expecting upwards of 10 million people in DC. We'll see. That would be epic for sure. I've also seen things coming from the newly founded independent Patriot Party that's spreading like wildfire, discussing that their hotels in DC are canceling lodging, as well as apparently BLM and Antifa are there in serious force. I've heard talks of cutting off entrances and stuff to DC, but every time Antifa has talked about doing anything this big, they never really follow through with it. Just like they were going to go into conservative neighborhoods, they bitched up pretty quick. So I don't think it's going to be too big, but I look for anybody who's going to be there to watch their back. I highly recommend being careful. Now let's jump to another topic real quick. So a lot of people, so many fucking people are asking, why do we need a civil war? Why do we need a civil war? Why has it got to be a civil war? How do you talk to someone who only punches you in the mouth? You punch them in the motherfucking mouth. It's just how it is. For all you people asking these questions, that just goes to show how uninvolved you really are. Have you been out at the fucking rallies? Have you tried talking to Antifa and BLM leaders and, creating a line of communication? Because we have. Hell, I know a patriot who's running for the Independent Patriot Party here in Colorado who posted pictures with the Antifa leader of Colorado, giving knuckles. Now, 2 weeks later, yesterday, they were attacking the same fucking people. There's no reasoning with these people, okay? It's not about what you want anymore, all right? You should have been standing up and being diplomatic during the Obama years before all this shit got this far. Now, the people coming to action are those who have been waiting for the civil unrest. The civil unrest has been here for 4 years. We waited out to see what would happen with the Trump campaign. Between the impeachment and just about, every other, step of the way where they've tried to execute a way to get him out of office. Now this crazy facade of an election. You know what? Had Trump just simply lost election night, probably be okay. But the fact that it took 4, 5, 6 days after the election for Trump to win, that kind of answers your question. I'm sorry, I do not believe that Sleepy Joe got 10 million more votes than our first black president, considering Trump got the largest minority vote ever in his last election. So the numbers just don't add up. So anyways, for those talking about stacking bodies and I'll be there when it's time to, do this and that, those are the people that you're talking about. Those are the ones that you want to be asking, like, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? I'm not out here begging for a civil war. All right? I'm just being realistic. That's where we are. There is just no point of return. Everybody keeps asking me these questions, but nobody actually gives any theoretical reasoning to a solution as how we could get there. They just want to try being diplomatic. Well, go ahead and show your ass up at a motherfucking rally and try to be diplomatic. See what happens. You're going to get punched in the fucking mouth because that's what they do. At the end of the day, they want socialism. They want what they want. They're spoiled fucking kids who grew up with participation trophies and don't understand how it is to work for things, all right? They want what they want, and if you're not willing to bow down and give it to them, they want to destroy you. It's just that simple. There's no other rhyme or reason with these folks. I mean, we've tried. At least here in Denver we have, and I've seen in other places where they've tried, and then all of a sudden fucking, I don't know what happens, but Antifa flips their switch again, and they go right back to doing their same old dumb shit. There is no talking to them. We have been in civil unrest for 4 years. When is enough is enough? We continue to see Second Amendment rights stripped away. We continue to see First Amendment censoring. We continue to be forced to become conditioned. They want to see who listens to what the government tells them. That's the whole point of this shutdown and wearing a fucking mask. You're being conditioned. They're pushing towards martial law. Do you not see that? And then they are so good at what they do. And creating the division. All right, I love Trump. I am a die-hard Trump supporter. I voted for him the first time. I'd been rooting for him since way before the initial campaign started in his first election. I voted for him in this one, and I've been, touting him up on my YouTube since I've been doing it. But that man did just as much as Obama did to further the divide in this country. Now, before you get all mad, really sit the fuck back and think about it. All he did was rile our side up the whole fucking time, just as much as Obama did with BLM and other things. And don't get me wrong, we did need someone to light that fire under a lot of these conservatives' asses, but now you have so many conservatives that have gone so far the other way that they're as bad as Antifa, but on the opposite side. They want Trump to initiate martial law and arrest all the fucking traitors? What? What? Patriots are fucking saying that. Are you fucking kidding me? Martial law. You're sitting here bitching about reopening your states, wearing fucking masks, but now you want to implement martial law? Motherfucker, that's a step forward for the government. Are you stupid? Martial law is everything we promised to stand up for. You're fucking crazy. You're fucking ignorant. And anybody that has a problem with it is more than welcome to try to debate me or whatever else they want to fucking do. That is ignorant. That goes against everything we talk about for standing up against the Constitution. You want to know what the greatness of America is? People get to disagree with you. What we need to be focusing on is election integrity. That's all we should be fucking focusing on. If you want Trump to call in a constitutional act, why don't you look into the 1902 Militia Act? That's what he should be calling into place. Not no motherfucking martial law, because I'm going to go down fighting just as hard against that as I will against Antifa or socialism, because it's the same motherfucking thing. It's government control, begging for the government's help. That's exactly what you're doing. Do you not hear yourself? Probably not, because you're a sheep. Oh, trust me, not just liberals can be sheep. Plenty of conservatives are sheep too, because all a sheep is an individual who does what he is wanted to do by another party. And at the end of the day, they want to divide us. And they have continued to succeed to do that for the last 12 years. Now, I don't believe Trump is on the payroll, and I do believe he's just a true-blooded, pissed-off American. But he's still further to divide. While we're fighting each other and we're fighting Antifa, they're implementing socialism one civil right stripped away at a time, folks. You know, all these people that aren't ready for a civil war, you don't want a civil war, that's fine. Get your fucking ass to a rally then. Get out there and make a difference. Now, a buddy of mine brought up a point. He said, you're just someone at home, telling people to go do stuff. It's a very good point. I haven't been to a rally since mid-December because of the holidays, but this week I will start filming from there. Usually I'm just too involved with, providing security perimeters and networking and that sort of stuff that I don't think about it, and that's a very valid point. So I will start trying to broadcast more, show you, I've done my best to stop eating at mainstream restaurants and support local businesses. Not because I like their food better, but because I'm trying to make a difference. I have gone out and made connections with every single patriotic militia or whatever you can think of that I can find in the state of Colorado. It has been very hard. And it's been work, effort, because I want to make a difference. I've also met a very interesting contact who has knowledge and know-how. I'm looking at slowly, eventually trying to get in the running for a political seat. I am doing things, and I will start broadcasting that a little heavier. But, my buddy brought up the other day, he's like, I don't like big groups of people. He's like, you can trust your life with me. And I know I can trust my life with you. He's like, but I don't know about Joe Blow. Well, that's the point. But you need an army to overthrow a tyrannical government. 3- and 4-man hit squads are no better than mere terrorists, and you will never actually get anywhere. It will be like civil war in Saudi Arabia, which is a disorganized shit show. We need to unite. That's the whole point. And the whole idea of doing this, don't think you're just loading ammo and shooting at people, folks. You're doing everything a Minuteman would. That's what the entire point of everything is. You're helping give back to society. You're, national relief crisis. You're doing homeless drives, food drives. You're showing up when there's riots and protecting innocent individuals and businesses from destruction. You are willing to fucking fight. I hear all these people about, I'll be there when it's time to shoot at people. No, you won't. You're like, you can't defend yourself in Denver. Technically, yes, that is a law, but I have punched a couple motherfuckers right there in front of police and just been grabbed up and pushed on my way. I've seen many other people do the same thing. They're not really arresting anybody. And now, Jared Pulsucker, the governor of Colorado, has ordered the police to stand down. So Trump supporters are being attacked more than ever. If you don't have the motherfucking balls to show up, I don't care what your excuse is. You're a bitch. Period. All I hear is that my 19-year-old good girl cousin-in-law who's never been in a fight in her life and maybe weighs 110 pounds on a good day, and she's like 6'5", all right, has more balls than you because she's going to be there. If you want to be involved, if you want to, for those that want the fucking revolution and don't want to access and use your First Amendment rights, it's even more imperative to be there because you need to grow as a group. I need to know I can trust you. It doesn't have anything to do with the grit of a man. Yeah, you can read the grit of a man on his face, but you know what? Someone who has experience can also lie to your fucking face and say what he needs to say to make you believe he is what you want him to be. How do you think covert ops came to be? That's what they do. So I need to be able to know that my life can depend on you. My life can depend on you on any given day. And it can't just be 2 of my friends. And see, here's the thing. You're thinking, oh, it's all right. I got 25 people that are going to have my back. Start reaching out to them right now and try to get them involved. I'm going to tell you right now, 1 out of 10 is going to actually respond. I was actually very, 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 very surprised. Literally only one of the people I thought would be jumping on this opportunity has. One kind of surprised me because I just didn't think he'd care. I figured he'd be relatively irrelevant, but he's kind of been on the ball game with this stuff too. Everybody else, especially like the 2 that were actually at the top of who I thought would jump on it, have pretty much just bailed. And it's not because, they're pussies. Yeah, I'd totally trust my life to them, but they just don't fucking care. All these people that you really think are diehard patriots, you're going to come finding out in the next few months, if you get active, that they're not. And that's why it's important for you and me to unite on one front line. And then when they want to come running in 2 years when the shit hits the fan, tell them to fucking kick rocks. All right? All right, America, we have an interesting week coming up. We really do. With the rally on the 6th, I will broadcast from there a little bit. I'll try to maybe even do a live stream, and I will broadcast a little bit from the outside of a Second Amendment barbecue this weekend. Thank you, America. If you have any questions, you want me to expand on a specific subject, please let me know. If you like my videos, hit that share button. Let's get these views up, and let's reach more patriots. Thank you, America. Have a great night.